It's a compilation video, it's an update, and it's a review. Let's start with the review. The review is of the JSK I ordered last time, the Viking themed one that I'm very bad at pronouncing, so I'll just leave the name and everything below. I didn't have time to try it at the moment when I was opening the package and everything because I basically nosedived into bed right afterwards and woke up the next morning groggy-eyed and went over the footage. So I would say basically that the fit is pretty true to size. The only issue that I really had a hard time with was the zipper was difficult to pull up completely. Once I got it on, the fit was good, the chest fits, the shearing in the back is not being stressed at all, but the zipper was very difficult, very hard to pull up. And I don't know if that is my individual zipper or if that's something that the garment as a whole has a problem with. It is a gray dress zipper, a gray metal dress zipper, with a little fancy toggle to it, and in my experience I have found that those do tend to stick more. If you've ever worn an evening dress or a cocktail dress, those zippers seem to just stick more than, say, the zipper on a pair of jeans, which is more sturdy and bulky in its nature. The one thing I am going to do is I'm going to fix these straps. For me, I think that they're too high. You might be able to tell, but how high up it comes on my arms, it's a bit too much for my body shape, and so I'm going to have to use the extra inch and a half on the back of the strap to readjust the button and to lower it so that I have a bit more room up top. So my measurements in general are, I have no idea what my shoulders are. They're huge proportionately to the rest of everything. This is why I order JSKs when it comes to Lolita fashion specifically. My chest right now is definitely either a 32 or a 33, more likely a 32. I've measured myself multiple days in a row, and I find most of the time it's around 32. And then for the chest area, and then for the waist measurement, I really sort of am all over the park, somewhere around a 24-inch waist and a 27-inch waist. It just, I have a lot of digestive issues, so that measurement shifts a lot. So it's very important to me when a JSK has shearing in it to sort of allow it to fit my body no matter what's going on that day with my body. And then the great thing about Lolita is we don't really have to talk about hips, because my hips are 42 inches currently. 24-inch waist, 40-inch hip. I can never wear denim jeans. They just don't exist. That's why I got into poofy dresses. So that sort of throws me in the category, if we forget my bottom half, if we're only paying attention to waist and chest, that puts me in a US size 2 or 4 depending on how it's cut. And I found that this JSK, which is the smallest size available, fits me, and it basically translates to those US dress measurements. Like I said, it needs some adjustment, but overall it fits pretty well. And I think the only other note to mention with this is definitely a dress which is more along the lines of an angelic pretty length dress. I haven't measured the hem exactly, but it definitely is on. It just comes a little bit to my knee or so. So it's not super short, but also I kind of had, even though they provide all the measurements online, I kind of had imagined in my head that there was going to be a bit more length to it, but it's definitely sort of a standard Lolita hem length. So if you think you might need an underskirt for it, either you know, when you order, sort of plan out in the back of your head, you know, where you want to get the underskirt. Or if you're going to make the underskirt, I would kind of suggest that you wait until the dress arrives and then make the underskirt, because color matching the fabric when you're making it yourself, personally I find to be a bit more important. When I order things online to match with other things, I tend not to be quite as obsessive, only because really what I'm paying for is the manufacturing, is the workmanship, and that's saving me time versus if I made it myself. So overall, I would give this dress a good rating. I have not laundered it yet, and it is 100% cotton, so things might change. If anything negative comes up, I'll mention it. If nothing bad happens, I won't mention it, and you can just assume that it laundered okay. So that's the review portion of this video. The next portion of this video is that I am going on vacation for 3 weeks. And by vacation, I mean that I have a giant dog that needs a tiny bit of surgery. He's absolutely fine. He's the family pet, and just nobody's around right now to babysit him post-operation. So I'm going to be gone for about 3 weeks, and I'll be on the internet through my phone, but I'm not going to be interactive. You know, you're not going to see me comment too much. You're not going to see me on the EGL forums too much, just because it's difficult on my phone. But I'll be online, and I'll be looking at videos, and I'll be able to read any comments you leave below. So now this leads on to, while I'm on vacation, I got a project for you guys. And what that project is I would like you to help me sort out questions to answer in video form. And specifically, the questions I would like help with are the yeah, Lolita questions. It's on a blog post. I will put the link below. And yeah, Lolita is a very useful, very educational Lolita blog. And at one point in time, the author came up with a list of 52 Lolita-related questions to sort of give people who blog or vlog ideas for videos or entries to make. And I would like your help picking out questions. And the format I'm looking for is I want to maybe do 2 to 3 questions per video. And the help I need is figuring out which questions do you really want answered, because out of 52 questions, we can say that some of them might not seem as pertinent or valuable to learn about me as other ones. You know, sometimes people have very interesting personal lives, and spoilers, I don't have a very interesting personal life, so, you know, you're not going to hear about anything glorious. But, you know, so depending on that, you might want to ask more questions like that or not on the 52 list. And then other people have like some really OTT wardrobes, that means over the top, or other people have more subdued wardrobes, so certain questions might suit them better or not, and even depending on substyle. So based on the fact that I'm kind of going with a classic Maury sweet look, I would really love to see you guys take a look at those 52 questions and sort of group 2 to 3 questions together that you feel are like related, and if they were all put together in a single video, they would make a lot of sense and they would be very interesting to see answered together. Especially if you think one question could sort of lead into the other, and it could sort of form a little discussion in the comments section, or if it is the type of thing where it would lead into an easy opinion piece for me to tack on to the end of the questioning. So that's the project I have for you guys, because looking at all the feedback I've been getting lately, I really want to provide more content that you guys deem as useful, and not just kind of go off on my own bender and do whatever it is that I do without paying attention to anything. The one thing you can always be assured of is I'm going to continue doing hauls, just because those are the easiest type of videos I could ever possibly do. But beyond that, what I'm looking to do is the 52 questions, and I'm going to start on making more videos about thrifting and crafting, definitely. I don't know when I'm going to post it, but I already have in the works a video about my blouse collection and a video about some reconstructive projects that I've done. I have bought bodyline dresses for the purpose of adding on to them or redesigning them in some little ways so that they are more customized and unique and sort of fit me better, because I'm somebody where I don't have a lot of energy, and so it makes more sense for me to sort of edit or to reconstruct or to redesign a pre-existing object than to make something absolutely from scratch. Saving time through not having to do as many seams is a big thing for me. So this video has gone on long enough. I wish you guys the greatest of luck. I'll keep an eye out on the internet, and I hope you guys have a good 3 to 4 weeks without me, and then expect content to actually start showing up on a regular basis. Bye! Thank you for having the patience to watch me.